The Mississippi State cheerleaders are on the big stage of college football on the weekends, but not many people see the intense work that goes on behind the scenes. Best known for their school spirit and perfect hair on game days, Mississippi State cheerleaders are more than just a pretty addition on the sidelines. There is no off-season for the MSU cheer squad as they transition from football to basketball seasons, all while putting in extra hours in the gym for nationals competitions. If making the team wasn't hard enough, it takes extra time, effort, and dedication to make the Bulldog competition squad. All that hard work goes into just one chance to execute a 2.5-minute routine for a chance at the crown.
Once we start with nationals practice, that's like all week long on top of games on Saturdays, and then once basketball season starts, we have games on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's so many basketball games, but people don't really see the practice time that we put in, and we spend nights at the gym until 9, 10 o'clock, and then open gyms trying to get ready for nationals, and then still trying to be there to support the school and football and basketball teams, because that's why we're ultimately here. But people have no clue what happens, like what goes on for nationals.
For the first time in school history, the MSU women's cross-country team competed in the NCAA championship. The Bulldogs were one of the top 31 teams selected to compete in this year's championship race. Ranked 20th entering the race this Saturday, MSU had a strong performance and finished with 405 points, good enough for 17th overall. Senior Marta Freitas got out fast and paced the Bulldogs with a 37th place finish, making her the team's only All-American this season and the third in program history.
The 17th is what we were trying to finish higher than we were seeded coming in, but to have another All-American in the program's huge, and it's just a couple seconds here and there can make the difference at a meet like this from getting it and not getting it. So.
Arkansas was the only SEC team to finish higher than MSU at nationals. With 10 runners returning next season, State is primed to be one of the best in the SEC. In a wild back-and-forth game, Mississippi State pulled out a win on the road against Arkansas Saturday night. The two teams together managed to rack up more than 1,000 total yards and 101 points. Beniquez Brown blocked what was potentially the game-winning field goal for Arkansas with 39 seconds left in the game to seal the victory for the Bulldogs. Along with the win, Dak Prescott set an all-time MSU record with 508 passing yards, 46 rushing yards, and 7 touchdowns on the night. On Saturday, MSU will host the Ole Miss Rebels in one of the nation's most played rivalries. This will be the 112th meeting between the two teams and the 88th battle for the Golden Egg. Both teams are bowl eligible this season, and for only the 6th time in Egg Bowl history, the game will be a top 25 matchup, with MSU ranked number 22 and Ole Miss ranked number 19. The Rebels hold an overall 62-43-6 advantage in the series, which has proved to be an unpredictable outcome in previous years. Last year, the Bulldogs were ranked higher when the two teams met, but they fell to the Rebels 31-17 in Oxford. 2 years ago in Starkville, the Rebels were expected to win, but lost in overtime after their QB, Bo Wallace, fumbled in the end zone, which ended the game. This Saturday's battle for the Golden Egg is set to kick off at 6:15 on ESPN2.
It is, neighbor against neighbor. I mean, there's so much with this trophy and bragging rights that go on in this state about this game. And I think everybody in this state, takes this game extremely seriously and takes the outcome of this game extremely seriously and holds on to that outcome for 365 days until it gets played again.
The MSU volleyball team headed east this weekend for a pair of matches against SEC foes South Carolina and Georgia. The Bulldogs dropped the first match at South Carolina in 3 straight sets Friday night, but won in straight sets at Georgia on Sunday. Senior Alex Warren led the way both nights, totaling 33 kills and only 5 errors. Her 5-28 kill percentage was a career high and a season team high. The win gives MSU 4 SEC wins on the season, the most since 2011. It's also the first win in Athens since 2010. The Bulldogs will finish their season with 2 home matches this week, hosting LSU on Wednesday and rival Ole Miss Friday night. Just a few days after landing one of the top recruiting classes in the country, MSU men's basketball head coach Ben Howland added another star to the Bulldog family. Howland and his staff signed 4-star recruit Abdul Adu from Chattanooga, Tennessee last week. The 6'11" standout is ranked as the 68th best high school player in the nation, according to ESPN. After landing this recruit, the Bulldogs now have the number 6 signing class in the country. This past Friday, Special Olympics Mississippi came to Starkville to host the basketball and volleyball Special Olympics. I was there to get an inside look on what goes into making this event a success. Each year, twice a year, Mississippi State hosts the Area 6 Golden Triangle Special Olympics. During the first semester, groups will come out and work on track and field skills, and during the second semester, volleyball and basketball skills. In order to compete in the Special Olympics, there is a detailed application process to decide who is eligible.
So my job as the event coordinator is just getting all of the applications in and going through them and making sure we have physicals for each athlete, and then making up different groups within the age groups and gender, and then making a schedule, and then making it all come to play here.
According to Deanie Forbes, the Area 6 Special Olympics director, anyone can volunteer to help. During Friday's event, members of Beta Beta Beta, special education students, and some of the MSU women's basketball team were among those who were there to help. Victoria Vivian said the event was very beneficial and gave her a different perspective on life.
It make you take a step back and make you look at life and be like everything is not just handed and given to you. So you should be grateful for everything you get, because you never know when it's like when you gonna have your chance or when you won't be able to do a certain thing in life.
The groups who participated in Friday's events played basketball and volleyball and ended the day with a 3-on-3 basketball game. Workers and volunteers said it was good to see the smiles on everyone's faces.
It doesn't matter what they're doing, they're having fun with it and putting their whole heart into it, and I just love seeing them work so hard for something, and they just make my heart so happy, and I just love seeing them.
The track and field Special Olympics will be held in the spring, and for more information on how to volunteer, contact Deanie Forbes at forbes.deanie@gmail.com. That's it for your Maroon 360 local sports update. Up next, Thad Fairley will sit down with campus officer Steve Westbrook.